Hello YouTube. This is another vlog. This has come up a lot in my life, and I just wanted to discuss the topic of relationships. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to cry if somebody breaks your heart, because there are some people out there who actually die from broken hearts. Not to scare anything, it's called broken heart syndrome. And what happens is basically the heart, like, I guess it slows down or something like that, and it kind of resembles a heart attack, honestly. Um, but anyway, to go on with this discussion, relationships are really hard to come by, especially a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. And there are all kinds of different relationships out there. Like there can be an open relationship, which you're currently dating somebody, and you decide, like, you two want to have the time to go out and explore other people as well, while still being together in the same place together. Then there's all kinds of other relationships out there, but the actual relationship I want to discuss is a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, because again, it is really hard to come by, and it takes a lot of work and practice to keep it together, and then sometimes it just really doesn't work out. So the first thing I'm going to say to you is, with relationships, you have to be extremely patient. You can't just be like, oh, go out with me, blah, 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 and keep saying it constantly, like if you're a girl, because if you were saying that to a guy, he wouldn't like it much, and he would lose interest real fast. So you kind of gotta reel him in, and be like, quiet and everything. Now, if a guy were to ask you out, make sure you say no often, because what happens is that the mind is a funny thing, and with men, saying no often makes them fall in love with you. So if you really want somebody and you want to keep them, don't say no a lot, but say no enough so he gets the idea and tries harder to be with you. And that's the main thing. The second thing, I know some of you out there can go extremely crazy when you lose the one you love in a relationship, but unfortunately that's just the way it is, and you can't do anything about it. And I just don't want anybody to feel like they're not good enough in a relationship when it ends, because they are good enough. It was the other person's loss, and you should be happy and forget about it, because I was always told that you always give your used toys to the less fortunate, and that is a very true quote. The second step is, if you want a relationship with a really busy guy, you need to give him time on his own. Don't be all over him. Don't want him all the time. It's not healthy for a relationship. And actually, that's called being clingy. Being clingy is not a good thing at all, because it really honestly makes the guy lose more interest, and eventually they just wouldn't want anything to do with you. So again, just take the time and get to know the person before you just jump into a relationship. You can start out with dating first. You're not in a relationship, you're just dating to get to know one another, and after a couple of dates, if it goes fine, then I would consider dating. But don't start dating real fast. You have to give the time to actually get to know the person immediately, besides anything else. Also, I know a lot of you people out there get married within the 6 first months, but I also wouldn't recommend that, just because a lot of things can happen within the time, and getting married within 6 months, also not really healthy for your relationship at all. Let me see here. You also, again, you don't want to be clingy. Like, for instance, and for example, you really like this guy, and you guys are friends and whatnot. Just don't do it. Do not constantly hang all over them. They just don't like it at all. And for the heartbroken people out there, I understand where you're coming from. I've actually had about 2 relationships that were just completely awful, and I've learned a lot from those experiences, and I did cry a lot, and my heart broke a lot. Um, and the first boyfriend I ever had, he was nice, and my mistake was going out with him and dating him. Well, not dating him, but like being in a relationship with him and not getting to know exactly who he was. So the whole entire relationship, he used me and emotionally abused me and things like that, and it was like so worse for me. It took me about 2 years to get over that relationship, and it's still hard to this day when I even think about it, because it ruined a part of me. It ruined a sense of trust in me that, you know, you're supposed to have with a relationship. You need trust, honesty, and respect in every relationship, because if you don't have any of those, and you know you're a girl or guy that cheats a lot, you're not going to keep your guy around. You're not. Okay, you may really appreciate him and love him and everything, but if you cheat, that's the end of that story. And oh yeah, I know you can say, oh forgive me baby, I love you, but no, it's not going to work. Sometimes it will, but for me it won't, because I'm just so sick and tired of all the lying, and if you're going to lie to me, then you're not worthy enough for me. Also, if you're in a time in your life where, say for instance, you're pregnant and everything, and the guy just walks out on you, you have the strength to keep going no matter what. And I will promise you that when you hold that baby in your arms, you'll understand what strength is, and you'll be able to conquer things in life that you never thought you could conquer before. I was pregnant, got pregnant at 17. Luckily the guy stayed with me, but after I had my daughter, the great thing is that she really did give me the strength to keep going. You know, before that I dropped out of school, I was getting bad grades, I didn't go to school, all those things, and now these days I'm getting straight A's and things like that, and I mean, she's my hero. So, now it's understandable for all you who want abortions, okay? I'm not really on the side of agreeing with it, because I really don't think it's right to kill a baby, but, I mean, it's your body, you have that choice no matter what. So, you know, so on and so forth. Many people have abortions because they're in a time in their life where they're just getting to where they need to be, and when they find out they're pregnant, they realize that all of their dreams will be crushed and stuff like that. So basically in relationships, what you need to do is just be honest, be truthful, and be respectful, no matter what. And abusive relationships, physical, get out of them immediately. You may love the person, they may say they're sorry several times, and you may forgive them, but truth of the matter is, it's going to get worse. And then you're stuck, and you can't get out. You just can't. That concludes this vlog on relationships. Please comment below if you have any questions, and we'll talk to you then.